Good evening and welcome to the Ozark Amateur Radio Society Net. This is W0ZAC Whiskey 0 Zulu Alpha Charlie, net control for tonight's net. My name is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Hotel, and I'm located in Mount Vernon. This net meets every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on the W0 OAR repeater at a frequency of 146.97 with a negative offset and PL tone of 162.2. This is an informal directed net, but it can be interrupted at any time if there is emergency traffic. If there's any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. We'll now move on to announcements of interest to amateur radio. OARS Club meetings are now taking place on the second Saturday of each month and are held at the Happy House restaurant in Monette. We'll meet for dinner and fellowship at 6 p.m. and the club meeting will begin promptly at 7 p.m. Everyone pays for their own meal, and the Happy House has extended a 10% discount to club members during this event. Of course, you don't have to join dinner to attend the meeting at 7. You also don't have to be a ham to attend. Family members are just fine, and anyone who has interest in amateur radio is welcome to join us. One final mention, this net is now being streamed on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel. So if you want to see how you sound on the radio or you missed part of the net, you can go back to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio?
AE0OC.
AE0OC. Wes, go ahead with your announcement.
Well, first of all, I was going to tell you that Bob had another meeting tonight. He's not going to be available. He wanted me to proxy him in to be checked in. And I'd like to invite everyone to join the Smart Club on Sunday, September 11th at the Gay Parita gas station in Paris Springs from 1 to 5 p.m. for the Route 66 on the air event. And you can take a turn operating as W6R. Also, I wanted to let everybody know that following tonight's live stream, I will be playing a slideshow of the Billings Fair special event station we did this past weekend. And that's all I have for announcements.
Alrighty, thanks for that, Wes. We'll take Bob's check-in by proxy, and thanks for the update on the live stream. I'll have to tune into that afterwards and check it out. That was a pretty fun day. Good time. Anything else as far as announcements are concerned? Alrighty, I will now begin taking check-ins. When you check in, please space your calls. Give your call sign phonetically and the regular way, along with your first name and location. Check-ins will be acknowledged, and then comments or announcements will be invited from each station. I will begin with short time, low power, or mobile stations. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard. We'll open the net for all check-ins. All check-ins for the OARS net. Please call W0ZAC.
Kilo Echo 0 Mike Alpha Delta K0 MAD Sean and Aurora.
All right, just one on the first round there. KE0MAD Sean, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. After Saturday, I had to relearn my call sign.
Yeah, that's for sure. I struggled with that a few times. I spit out W0ZAC, or the first part of it, a few times and had to correct myself.
Same here, but it was fun. Nothing else on this end. Thanks for doing the net. Hopefully we get a lot more in there instead of just me. I didn't hear anybody in there with me. Anyway, W0ZSE, K0M80.
One question before you go, Sean. Did you get a hard count on the number of contacts we logged Saturday?
I think the count was 112. That was VHF and HF.
All right, not too shabby. That was a good time. Hope we can do something like that again. And I enjoyed running your Yaesu there. I've been aiming at getting one of those someday, and that was a good time to run one. So thanks for checking in, Sean. We'll say 73 and ask for more check-ins. More check-ins for the OARSnet. Please call now.
KE5QMJ. Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z, KE0, YNZ.
K0 SQS, Kilo 0, Sierra, Quebec Sierra, Harold in Monette.
Alrighty, we got 3 there. The first one, I believe, was Ona, but I didn't copy your call, and sorry, I don't have it memorized. Come again, Ona.
KE5QMJ.
Roger, we got it that time. KE5QMJ. How are you, Ona?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm just fine as a frog's hair. What have you got for the net this evening?
I really don't have too much to say, but like usual, I just like to listen.
Very well. Well, I'm glad you checked in. We'll add 1 to the numbers here. Maybe we can hit a record tonight. Well, thanks for checking in, Ona. We'll say 73 and move on down the list here to Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Zulu.
Good evening, Zach. This is my third time checking into the net here, I think. Talked to you once before and checked in a time or two with Wes, AE0OC. And last time I checked in from Springfield here, Wes told me I was a little scratchy. So I upped the power to 70 watts, 65 watts, and so hoping when I review the live stream that that scratchiness has gone away. So how copy?
Very good, David. Thanks for checking in tonight. The copy is good, still a little scratchy. It's better than it was before. I do remember those previous check-ins, and it's improved, but there's still a little noise behind you.
Okay, well, great. That's still on the same vertical antenna. If the mosquitoes wouldn't have been so bad in my backyard, I would have had the 8-element beam up. So maybe by next week. So if the mosquitoes will allow me to get in the back, I purchased some off, and so I think that they'll work with me with a little reinforcement there. Thank you for letting me in. That's all I've got this evening. Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Mike Z, David, Springfield.
Alrighty, David. Well, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you being here, and hope we hear from you again. Mosquitoes have been terrible at my place, too, and I am a mosquito magnet. Anywho, 73, David. Hope we hear from you next week. We'll move on down the list here to Kilo 0 SQS Harold. How are you?
Yeah, W0ZAC and the rest of the net, K0 SQS. Just fine, Zach. Glad to hear you tonight. Thanks again for running the net. I was talking with Bob, KA0RM, earlier today, and Harriet broke on and said our coax has been delivered. So that is the last piece of the puzzle as far as the new repeater is concerned. Now all we need to do is get the approval from the HP, Highway Patrol, and we can go to work on the tower there up by Freistadt. So that's good news. Cooler weather, it'll make tower climbing a lot more enjoyable. So looking forward to it. Back to you, Zach, K0SQS.
Very good. Thanks for the update, Harold. I think we're all looking forward to that. I had heard that same update a day or two ago, waiting on the Highway Patrol to do their thing. I think our buddy James is trying his best to move that along, but tough thing to do. I don't think ham radio is probably their top priority, would you say?
No, I don't know what is their top priority, but obviously we're pretty far down the list. Anyway, we'll keep our fingers crossed. K0SQS.
Alrighty, well thanks for checking in, Harold. Good to hear from you, and we'll probably catch you at the meeting on Saturday. Well, again, 73, Harold, we'll move on down the list here. Well, we're at the bottom of the list, so we'll ask for more check-ins. Any check-ins for the OARS net, please call now, W0ZAC.
AE0OC.
Zulu, KF6OZ, Mel in Mount Vernon.
Alrighty, we got two more there. We'll start with AE0OC, Wes. Good evening.
Well, hello, Zach, and thank you for running the net tonight. You're sounding real good, and I was going to tell David that he's vastly improved from last week, and when he gets that beam up, I'm really looking forward to hearing it. I think it's going to sound really good. Things around here have been pretty good. I have got some stuff done yesterday. I hired a guy, and one of the kids that went to school with my daughter, he comes over once a week and helps me for part of a day, and he worked with me on some of my projects and with my dad on his old Model A, and we got quite a little bit done. We had a good time, so I'm happy to get some things done. Had a really good time at the Billings Fair, and I wanted to thank Mel for all the work that he did to get things set up where we'd have that tower. I think that was a pretty spectacular setup. I really liked the way that all worked out. And that's all I've got for this week, and I will say 73 to you and turn it back over. AE0OC, back to you, Zach.
Alrighty, Wes. Well, thanks for checking in there, and yeah, ditto that. Big thanks to Mel for the use of the tower, and also Bob and Sean for the work those guys did getting her all tuned up and ready to go. Thanks again, Wes. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll move down the list to KF6OZ. Mel, how are you?
I'm doing great. Got to make a few comments about the Billings Community Fair. I think Bob took a full week off before that. He spent a lot of time working on repairs for the trailer. I think he did more hard work the week before the Billings Fair than what is normal. But I was very pleasantly surprised with some of the things that went on there. I think there was quite a few operators that got on that were kind of new to contest-like operation, and I was a bit surprised how often we got pile-ups on the air for the special event station, and well, that really worked out good. I bet the Route 66 festival coming up here on the 11th that the Springfield Club's doing will also have a similar attraction. Actually, there's a lot of people that are attracted to that Route 66 stuff. I was especially noticed Chris as he started off operating the radio, kind of as a ranked novice in contesting type operation. but he kept working at it, and by the time he got off the radio, he was knocking them down right and left. Thanks all of the others that helped out for that event, and boy, I think it was a great success. KF6OZ.
I couldn't agree more, Mel. Yeah, I thought that was a really good time. Everybody that was there and involved seemed to really enjoy it. We had some good interest from passers-by. We gave out a few certificates, and we had some good conversations with folks that expressed some interest. So hopefully we can do something like that again. I think that was a win all the way around.
You bet it was, and we all benefited from it. I was surprised at the attendance at a small town fair like that. Billings attracted a lot of people for that Billings Community Fair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We ought to start shopping around for more events like that and setting her up. You know, since the hard work's been done getting that tower ready, we could make short work of doing that again, I would think.
Well, it sure went up flawlessly and come down the same way. And I've been under the weather since then. Still not doing too well this evening. I wound up going to urgent care at the hospital on Sunday morning. I got a bite on the back of my leg that got infected, and it's really affecting my whole health thing. And I'm doing antibiotic treatments now to get that taken care of. Don't know whether it was a tick or a chigger that got infected, what it was, but it's been a mess. But we'll recover from it all. KF6OZ.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound good, Mel. Well, we'll be thinking about you and hope that the antibiotics get you on the mend and there's no long-term side effects from that. Well, Mel, thanks for checking in. We'll say 73. Appreciate you being here. Look forward to seeing you Saturday. And we're at the bottom of the list, so we'll ask at this time for more check-ins. Are there any other check-ins for the OARSnet? Please call now, W0ZAC.
KC0 UK, Mike Billings.
Okay, we got one there, Mike, and if I copied the call correctly, KC0UKA, correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
All righty. Mike, how are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I feel better than I have been the last several days, but sitting here on the radio in the truck and trying to figure out what nets are going to be on tonight, and so I can get on them. Some of them, I can't get on the 4.9 at all. I don't know why. It was programmed in right several months, about a year ago or more, and I can go onto it now, and I cannot get into it at all. But I got a hold of a friend of mine's daughter today, and found out that Carl, N0CEL, he used to be heavy into the sky worn and things like that, on 2 meters especially, passed away August 30th. And he was 11 years younger than I am, so that put him at 59. So we lost him on August the 30th.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. And I hope you have good luck turning that radio around. It's always some little setting somewhere, or that's my experience anyway.
Yeah, it's just like the 2900. It's the 2980, and I had a dickens of a time programming it. And it's just going to have to, I'd like to know somebody that's got a computer where I've got the software to do it with. I just need to be able to set it up with all new frequencies, because the last repeater book that I got was 217, so I know it's out of date, and I need to get a new version or find out where I can go to get the new frequencies for all the areas that I want into it, because there's about 200 frequencies I want to put in this radio.
Roger that. I have a 2980 as well. It's actually sitting in a drawer at the moment. I was having some issue with the display. On a cool morning, the display would not read. It would be blank. If you touched it, you put pressure in the right spot, boy, it'd come right on. I took it apart, tightened everything up inside, and it seemed to improve the performance, but then it started again. So I got to go through that at some point. You can get the app for iPhone, and or I assume Android as well, the Repeater Book app, and it's got about every repeater you could ever hope for in there.
I'd check that out. That would be nice. But right now I got to take some stuff out of this phone because I'm packed to the gills in this phone. It's totally full. Anyway, I got to get that done first before I do anything, but I'll see if I can get that done. Thanks, I appreciate that. I have to say I went over to Billings and I really looked that setup over, and it was set up nice there where you did the special event. I know of a special event. I've never seen it happen out there yet, and I think it would be a heck of a place to go set up one, but I would like to see it done with an older model of radio, and that would be the Ozark Steam Engine Show. I think it would be neat to set one up out there.
Well, we've got a member of the club who's pretty active with that. That'd be Zach 1, KD0COR. If he's listening in, hopefully he could chime in on that. That would be cool. He's an old radio aficionado, so that'd be right up his alley.
I knew somebody that was going to try and do it. I don't think he ever did it, so that's the reason I mentioned it again to Jens, because I think it'd be a neat setup to go out there one time and just set it up, throw everything up and have it as an old-time setup, and throw a wire up in the tree or whatever, and I think it would be so neat to see that happen.
Well, I'll mention that to Zach 1 and see if we can't put a bug in his ear.
All right, have yourself a great day, KC0 UK.
Alrighty, thanks Mike for checking in, appreciate having you here. Hope you can make it by a club meeting one of these weekends, or one of these months I should say. This coming weekend is the next club meeting there at the Happy House. And if I'm not mistaken, we got you on 40 meters that day, didn't we?
Yeah, and if I could have had just 2 minutes longer than what you, because you were on 80, and I just had a antenna we worked over, and I was able to tune 80, and or 20. No, I take that back. You were on 20. Pardon me. I tuned for a 20. And just as I got ready to key up, you just signed off and moved from 20 to, I guess, moved to 40. And I was going to see if we could get to you on 22.
Darn it. Well, at least we made the 40 contact well enough. I believe I was operating at that time, so that was good to hear you on there. Well, Mike, thanks for checking in tonight. Appreciate having you as always. Look forward to hearing from you again. KC0 UKA. We'll move on down the list. Well, we're at the bottom of the list again, so we'll ask one more time. Are there any more check-ins for the OARSnet? Please call now, W0ZAC.
May I ask how many contacts you had that day?
Yes, sir. There were 112 contacts in total, VHF and HF.
That's great.
Yep, big success all the way around. Big hand to everybody that was involved in getting that set up. One more round for check-ins. Any more check-ins for the OARS net, please call now, W0ZAC.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
W0ZAC, that's KF60Z. Thought it interesting when you got your vanity call and got your name and your call sign. I just noticed something this week. You know, the fellow that just held K0ZAC became a silent key within the last month. So in 2 years, K0ZAC will be an available call.
Interesting. You think I should switch to a K? I can join the club?
No, I think you should kick Zach #1 shins and see if you can't talk him into switching too. Then we'd all be confused when K0ZAC and W0ZAC comes on the air.
Oh boy, as if Zach 1 and Zach 2 weren't bad enough. A K0 and a W0, boy, that'd really mess it up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's worth a smile anyhow. So, thanks for running the net this evening. Did a good job, KF60Z.
Alrighty, Mel, thanks for that. We'll ask one more time. Last call for check-ins. Last call for check-ins on the OARS net. Any check-ins, please call now. W0ZAC. Alrighty, well, we're going to call it right there. Tonight we had a total of 9 check-ins, including myself and 1 proxy from KA0RM. Thanks to everyone who checked in tonight. Had a great net. Our next net will be next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. Don't forget, this coming Saturday is the club meeting at Happy House. Good evening to all. Have a safe week. This net is now closed at 7:27 p.m. local time. I'll now return this repeater to regular amateur radio use. 73 W0ZAC. Clear.
Michigan, about 2 hours north of Grand Rapids, Michigan, or about 3 hours north of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Go ahead.
Oh, copy that, Larry. Great. That's great. I love to hear a portable station. We're sounding really good here in Southwest Missouri. And the name is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Hotel. And like I said, we're here operating at the Billings Community Fair in Billings, Missouri. We're about probably 25 minutes from Springfield, Missouri, and probably about 45 minutes from Joplin, Missouri. We're kind of in the middle and slightly south there of Southwest Missouri. Back to you, Larry.
Not sure as hell. Well, this is my cabin in northern Michigan. My own CTA faculty. Home at Kellogg's Corn Place. We have a cabin up here. Have had for several years, and it's been operating up here for several years portable. We're not getting paid. So right now, because I'm not using battery power, I'm using AC, but life's tough. Whiskey 0, Oscar America Radio, W8, very, very good.
All right, Larry, sounds great. Thanks for the contact, and I love to make QSO the portable stations. Keep up the good work. Larry, Whiskey 8, Victor Golf. This is Whiskey 0, Oscar Alpha Romeo, W0, Ozarks Amateur Radio. We are transmitting here from Billings, Missouri at the Billings Community Fair special event station, and we're going to call QRZ again.